that building there, on the left hand side you can see the board that's on the face of the metal internal skin wall, and then you can see the start of metal work and these helping hands that all stick out. The wall on that side is sort of the next stage where they've then put insulation on, and then they've put the outer rail on, which is similar to this. So we're at the stage where they're now finishing off all the fire bats. So we talked about horizontal ones, all the black lines you can see is actually the fire stopping at the floor level. And then if we move to this one, you can start to see, we talked about some need to go vertically on a line, so you can see on this one now, sticking out, that's going top to bottom, so that's a vertical fire stop. Starting to split it down, and then you can see around the windows, they've now got fire stopping around each opening. So you're trying to control where that fire can go. So if you look at the typical bay, it can only go a certain distance before it hits another fire back, or it hits a window back around. So the areas of your elevation really coming down, so if the fire gets in, it shouldn't get out of that. The other bit to say is everything on the facade is non-combustible, so there's no reason why it should burn anyway, and that's partly what was wrong with Grenfell. It had products that did burn, but here the board, the insulation, the metal, nothing burns. So if a fire was to get from a room into the cavity, it should just die because it's got nothing to burn with. You know, a fire needs oxygen, fuel and a source of ignition. If it's got no fuel, it can have the other two, but it just won't burn. So the fire should extinguish. So if you use the building regs correctly, which is all we're doing, you should never have a problem with fire in a cavity or in a facade. Just to finish off the detail of the facade, once we've got to this stage, you then put the boards on. So if you look on the taller building to the side, they're now putting boards on those rails. So all the fire stopping insulation's in, and they're putting the board on ready to render. What they're also doing is, I talked about these colourful architraves, window pods around the windows. They're fitting those. You can see they go from yellows to reds. And if you look at this elevation here, what we've got on those two, the right hand side has got all the boards on, the window pod's finished, and it's had its base coat of render. The one on the left, yesterday got its top coat, so that is now the finished elevation colour. So it's a white render that's going on. So they're just waiting for that to thoroughly dry through so it's hard. And then we'll go and take the protection off that put around all the windows, probably early next week. And then that will just look like it's going to when it's finished. So you can see all the stages round to get where we need to be, and how the architects paired windows up or put them in threes, just to create some interest. Otherwise you'd have single windows all in lines vertically, horizontally, and it'd probably be pretty boring. So they're trying to make something of it. On the outside elevation you've got brickwork, and they've done the same there. They've still paired up windows or made threes and put window surrounds. The difference being on the outside with the brickwork, they've just got a light grey, almost cream surround, which if you look at phase one, if you go past it at all, it's exactly the same on the outside on that one. So the theme, from planning point of view, if you go around the outside, the blocks tie in and look the same. The only difference on phase one, instead of this render, we had a cladding, we had a shingle feature in green, which actually changes with the light features. Here it was render, it was just to make them distinct blocks, different to each other. Okay. Anything else you want to know on the facade? That's all. Any questions? You've come at a time where you're just delivering some of the plant, so this room on the ground floor is the plant room. They just been delivering some of the last pieces of kit to go in to make the plant rooms work. So when we go inside in a minute, I'll explain how the services get from those plant rooms into your room. If you imagine that plant room's there, they're going to distribute horizontally under the ground floor slab to what are mechanical electrical risers in the main colour areas. We'll go in now. Okay. Alright, go in this doorway here, we'll go up to the first floor.